Ms. Miller, you want to speak? Yeah, that's fine. Let's go ahead and get it done at the beginning. No. We're going to let her speak. Go ahead.
I'm just here in case you'll have any questions. So Main Street will be hosting our 26th annual Easter egg hunt. It's going to be Thursday, April 14th. So I'm just here to request permission to use y'all's courthouse lawn. We will have the elementary school students walking down here from 8:30 to 2, and there'll be every hour a different grade coming in. We'll have all four corners filled with eggs, and then they'll also take their class photos, and then we'll end up doing a bike giveaway. But do you have any questions? They will not be closed. No.
Go ahead.
Need a motion to approve that, please?
So moved.
Second.
You know what? I'm way out of line here. I'm bass backwards. Thank you. Is that all you had?
That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Clapsaddle?
Judge, you keep proving that you aren't fit to hold the office of Goliad County Judge. The most recent example of why you shouldn't be judge occurred after the last Commissioners Court meeting when you stomped up, interrupted a peaceful four-person conversation at the back of the courtroom, getting in my face and ranting about the other woman. After a bit of your incoherent rave, I waved you off saying, "Mike, we're done here." You turned and wagged your finger in an innocent bystander's face and abruptly stalked away. As we returned to our conversation, you childishly cut off the courtroom lights. If this was your only pathetic attempt to intimidate and silence people, I'd probably let it go. But it's only one of many examples. You have similarly attempted to intimidate elected county officials and county employees. That's the behavior of a 7th grade schoolyard bully, not a county judge. More disturbing are the reports, some firsthand, that you have brandished a gun to intimidate people. It's reported that during conversations in your office, you placed your handgun on the desk in front of you, once even turning the barrel toward the other person. One report even has you doing that to a woman, big man. It's clear from your behavior that you don't deserve to be the face of Goliad, a role any good county judge would play. As a result, I'm asking you to allow the adults in the room to conduct the county's business, and for the good of Goliad, immediately resign the office of Goliad County Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We get to the pullouts on the consent agenda, please. Page 5, Commissioner Bruins, $322.34. Motion to approve, please.
So moved, Judge.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Motion carries. Page 8, Commissioner Edwards, $453.96. Motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I abstain.
Motion carries. Page 19, Goliad Auto Parts, $1,002.02. Motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I abstain.
Motion carries. The remainder of the consent agenda.
Judge, I got a question. On the courthouse improvements or repairs,
Speak up just a little bit, please.
on the courthouse improvements and repairs, the $19,000, I think we owe these folks, the Wiss, Janey, and Elsner. Is that for some of that core samples? And
That's for the core samples for the new repairs that are coming. They're working on an emergency grant for us right now, where we're going to repair the add-on that's fallen off the building.
that's all I have.
Anyone else? Motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Howard, we have the approval of the election payroll. You have those payroll sheets in front of you. Are there any questions? Or Norma, either one? Is everyone clear on those? If they are, I need a motion to approve that, please.
So move.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Don't sit down, don't sit down. Okay, the election contract services, or services contract between Goliad County and City of Goliad and Goliad Independent School District for the May 7th, 22 elections. I looked at this contract, and there's some things that I'm not sure about. This is the same contract we've used in the past, but it says on 2G, it says we will be paid a fee not to exceed 10%. Would it be better to have that number set in stone? Or,
Whenever I did contact the auditor's office about the amounts, we didn't really have a cost estimate set up. I know that she said the previous election, it was undercharged, I believe, and it needs to be, I guess, reevaluated, but I mean, I don't have any costs, I wouldn't know what any cost election services would be.
well, as
Exactly,
far,
to the dollar amount.
do you maintain voter lists for the other entities? For instance, the
I-
city?
Yes, I do. So it's just like as a whole, Goliad County, for all entities.
So I think my position would be that they need to maintain their own voter list or pay you to clean theirs up. What do you think about that?
I don't think that there is in other counties where entities hold their own like voter roll. I can definitely look into that, but I know that, how do I explain it? Whenever, I mean, everybody has one voter registrar, one election administrator. They all come to one person, so that would be kind of confusing to be registered with a different entity. If that makes sense.
Well, if it was someone that lived just outside the city limits of Goliad and they were on the Goliad voter rolls, City of Goliad voter rolls, whose responsibility is it to keep those cleaned up?
Mine.
So,
As far as I know, it's just my responsibility. I don't know that of any county that holds different for each one of their entities. I really don't.
okay. Does anyone have any comments on that, or just let it go?
As far as I know, there's only, like she says, there's only one voter registrar for each county. And they handle all the business with the voter registrar. I mean, as far as,
This is the city.
right.
I mean, obviously, everybody lives in Goliad County is on GISD. But if you live inside or outside the city, it could have been that they incorporated more land, and someone could be eligible that doesn't know they're eligible, or vice versa. I don't think they ever give up any. It was just a thought that came to me that I thought I'd ask about.
Are you talking about like surrounding like country areas that we share like boundaries with a different county, or?
Well, no, if a person is on the voter rolls in the city of Goliad and they live just outside the city limits, whose responsibility is that to clean it up?
Mine. Yes, sir.
And is that something you do?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't need to charge for that in your estimation?
Not that I believe so. I haven't seen anywhere where you charge an entity for keeping up with their registered voters, because technically they're all kind of part of Goliad County as a whole.
Okay, all right.
The people in the city limits pay county taxes also. They pay city tax, county tax, school tax.
Which-
So, in other words, they're paying for the service in the city because they do pay county taxes. I would think. I
Well,
know they pay county tax. I would think that part are covering those expenses.
it's not the county's responsibility to administer the city's elections or Goliad School District's elections, so we charge for that. I'm simply asking the question, we've got the administering the election part done. As far as the voter rolls go, I don't know how time-consuming that is, or even if it's worth talking about.
When I stepped in, I did read that if, once you are, or the county has an election administrator, that you do not really have the option to say no to any entity that was wanting to contract with you. When it was split duties, the county clerks did have that authority to say no and not
Okay.
contract.
All right? If y'all are good with it, need a motion to approve, please.
So moved, Judge.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Yep.
We'll do the
Thank-
next one, don't leave.
I know, I was like, I think I have more.
Approve the order of a special election for May 7th, 2022, constitutional amendment election.
Do y'all have any questions in regards to that? There is another election before the runoff election, so May 7th.
Questions?
And those are going to use the consolidated precincts, voting precincts?
Correct, yes. And then I
On the
believe,
On the May 7th.
yes, it'll be for, well, that's coming, but
Yeah.
runoff also. Mhm.
Yeah.
And I believe that has to be done before in every election, if there's going to be consolidating. I know that you had mentioned it the last time.
Need a motion to approve it, please?
So moved, Judge.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6, approve consolidated precincts for May 7th, 2022 special election.
That's, yes, sir.
Questions? If not, I need a motion to approve, please.
So moved, Judge.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Right.
you.
Now we'll do Ms. Miller's. Approved use of Courthouse Square on Main Street for the Easter egg hunt. Need a motion to approve that, please.
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 8, accept 30-day lease termination notice from Golden Crescent Workforce Development Board, Inc. Commissioner Edwards.
You caught me off guard on that one, but you had a meeting with Workforce?
You want me to do it? I mean, I will.
Yeah, you had the last touch with him, so.
Well, okay.
please.
You put it on the agenda, so I didn't want
No,
to
I'm
step
down.
on you.
I think I'm farther down.
Okay. I received a letter, I had a phone call with Henry Guardo, who runs Workforce Solutions. He said his budget had been trimmed, and he was looking to go a different way. He wrote me a letter and asked for a 30 that we would waive his contract in 30 days to terminate it over here at the hospital. So it was written on the 23rd, so we still have another week or so to go, but we can go ahead and accept it. We are still going to have a Texas Workforce Solutions. They don't do a lot of business over there, according to Mr. Guardo. What they do have is a mobile unit where they will pull up in front of the library, access the Wi-Fi from the library, and that mobile unit has testing facilities and capabilities inside of it. So they're still going to come here, but they just won't be in the building all the time. And he acted like that would work out fine for him, and we'll take him at his word. So I need
Judge, how often would they come over here with the mobile unit?
I think it says on an as-needed basis.
As-needed basis.
It's what, and it, I guess if we start doing a lot of business with them, that they will say, okay, we're going to be here every Wednesday or every other Wednesday or whatever. But I think right now it's on an as-needed basis. But
Okay.
he said they just don't have many customers for whatever reason.
Right.
So,
Well, I think they do us a service, and, you know, we certainly want to encourage them to, if anytime they can help us out, we would appreciate it. And if and when the business picks up, you know, we can always consider finding a space for them if they need more.
he acted like this mobile unit's what he had been intending to go with anyway. They already have it built, so they're ready to go with it. And he said they would pull up in front of the library and gather the Wi-Fi from there. And so I need a motion to accept the lease termination letter from Workforce Solutions.
So
So-
move.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is to approve the interlocal cooperation agreement between Goliad County, Victoria, Lavaca, and DeWitt counties for multi-county adult sexual assault response team. Acronym is SART. They handed us this contract. This is the only contract they'll accept. It's what all the other contracts look like that the surrounding counties have done. The sheriff has a full-time representative, I think it's Michael Byer, that attends all the meetings. And they're just going to be able to provide resources in the event of a sexual assault that Goliad simply does not have.
Or any of the other
Female
counties,
devil.
or any of the other counties for that matter.
So I believe this is straightforward, and we do need to get in this. It's mandated, actually.
It is, yes.
So the deal is Goliad County certainly doesn't have the resources to do all this on their own. So being able to work in conjunction with the surrounding counties is probably a deal for us.
Motion to approve the agreement.
Need a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Commissioner Edwards, the water truck, backhoe, and skid steer at the county fair.
Yes, like always, I've received a request for the use of the water truck, backhoe, and skid steer for the county fair, and we've always done this in the past and never had any issues, and I recommend we continue on doing it.
He made the motion, I need a second, please.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Well, as you know, we had an election not too long ago, and Irma Linda, I've spoken to Irma Linda about this. She did not get in the runoffs, and I asked her if she would be willing to serve in that position, meaning she's going to be in that office for the next 10 months anyway. She said she would. She knows that office better than anyone else. It won't require any additional training for her, I don't believe. She seemed like a natural fit. We wouldn't want to put anybody in there that's still involved in the election process. It seems fair to me. What say you,
I agree.
Alonzo?
I agree.
Will she be,
I agree. I think that's a wonderful choice.
her pay will be brought up to the JP pay?
We would move her up to JP
Yeah, she'd be
pay until
JP.
December the 31st.
Very good, I agree.
Okay, need a motion to approve that, please.
So
Aye.
moved.
All right.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. approve the quarantine policy mandated by House Bill 2073. This is on me. I did not talk to Dr. McNeil to see if he was willing to do this, and he is our local health authority. So I would like to table this until the next meeting to give him the courtesy of saying yea or nay. I don't have any doubt that he'll say he'd be happy to do it, but I don't want to obligate him and vote on something without speaking to him.
Motion to table.
I'll second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. This is I'm looking at you because this is a question.
Okay?
The burn bans, I get the phone calls for the stopped-up toilets and the fact the fields are on fire, all right? And people are asking about burn bans because I know we've had a rash of them lately. I remember talking to you about it a few years back, and I'm wondering, is that something that you want my office to do under emergency management, or have we just not needed any burn bans, or?
Actually, it's usually with in conjunction with all the fire chiefs, along with our emergency management coordinator, as well as you're the director, to see, and then we usually go gauge that by the heat index.
So what is your magic number?
Well, the magic number is 500, and I looked it up yesterday, and it's between 300 and 400 currently. So that's at the moderate level currently. Yesterday, which is probably the same for today.
So the process is that you talk to the local fire chiefs and y'all decide as a group?
Along with, as a group, along with the emergency management coordinator and you as well, if you'd like to participate in that.
I'm not a fireman.
So, and to elaborate on that, most of the fires that we've gone have been off of the edge of the roadway, you know, either caused by something dragging on the roadway or somebody throwing out a lit cigarette, whatever the case may be. We've only had, to my recollection, we've only had, I think, 2 or 3 that have been due to getting out of control on the control burns, and one of them was small. And then, of course, we had the big one out there that started off everything, but that was from the edge of the roadway. There's nothing really you can control with those type of fires from the edge of the roadway. I'd recommend too, we see that if it gets above, 500 or better, then we can consider initiating a burn ban. But
And how are we currently handling burn permits?
we don't have any burn permits while we're not in a burn ban.
So we've had a couple of those get away as well.
Correct, because of the folks not calling it in or not doing their preparing their properties correctly, whether they don't know or aren't aware or what the case may be.
This is along the same lines. Goliad doesn't have a fire marshal.
Correct.
I believe, are you required to be a licensed peace officer to do that?
Yes.
I was considering asking Deputy Story if he wanted to step into that for a small stipend. That way we could issue citations if people were way out of line when they were setting fires.
Well, he can currently do that under his authority because he's a licensed arson investigator.
Right. So we can finalize it in another meeting, but how do y'all feel about getting a fire marshal for a small stipend?
I wouldn't mind it, but in a case like that, usually I look at whatever the situation is, and if I deem that it's something out of the ordinary or suspicious, then I call him. Or he's been showing up lately to most of those major fires anyway. And me and him, we talk when we go out there to those fires.
Okay.
We visit. So
Anyone else have a comment on that? I mean, we probably ought to have a fire marshal just because, in case there is a suspicious deal. We'd have one in-house that we could go to. He certainly has credentials and the experience. So can I talk to him on y'all's behalf to see what it would take to get that done?
Probably wouldn't take much. Again, like I say, he's got full authority to do that, and he's here in Goliad County, so he has full responsibility over that. We'd have to research it some more and see what exactly we have to do as a court to
Okay.
get him to do that.
All right, we'll take no action on that then. Thank you. Discussion action concerning roof repair on the Market Street Annex. Commissioner Edwards?
Yes, sir. I just want a little clarification on, because I was told by the auditor that we hadn't been doing this right as far as going out for bids. I think we all agree we need to do something to get that building back into a good repair where we can use it. I just want to know how we want to go about getting bids for this, and I've got several bids that have come in, that one of them is on tips, and we could go with somebody like that and not have, we could go around the bidding process the way I understand it by going through tips. But I just want to get it done. So
Yeah. Well, I had a discussion with the guy from A-Alert. He came in to see me as well. And their quotes are good for a whopping 10 days now. And he's going to send me his quote on the 22nd.
I probably got it. But I'll
And
find one.
that'll hold until after the 28th. So we're going to have to make a decision fairly quickly if we're going to make it go. But
Well, and the thing about it is when you start talking to these folks, a lot of them can't give you a date when they're going to start or when they can finish because of material. These folks at least have the material in stock. So,
So are you thinking that you want to put it out for bids? You just want to go for the low bidder? It's going to be less than 50? I haven't seen any numbers, so.
well, you want to get together and we talk about it and bring it up at the next meeting?
Sure.
That'd be probably easier than, now.
Okay, so we'll put that roof, we'll table it, and we'll see if we can't get them down, and Raptor J as well. And are those the only two?
They want to update the bid that they give me back in November or October, and I haven't heard back from them.
Okay. All right. Discussion action regarding Workforce Solutions office space and DPS in the Franklin Street Annex, Old Hospital. Commissioner Edwards?
Okay, so since Workforce Solutions is going to go another route and they're going to free up those offices over there, I'd like to get together or come up with some sort of a plan on, how we can satisfy DPS's needs for a place to hang their hat and the game wardens. And then we also have the request from the two JPs to move their courtroom down into that smaller meeting room area. I'm just looking for guidance on, how we want to go about this and see what DPS would be happy with, that they could use the game wardens.
So we have one trooper here sometimes.
Sir?
We have one trooper here sometimes.
Yes, for now.
Well, I mean,
They
it's
keep
been that
telling
way
me-
for a long, long time. I believe when you were sheriff, maybe when Bowman was judge? When did we go from 2 to 1?
We've had two before. I'm not sure the
It's
dates.
been quite a while, though.
It's,
So is it safe to say we need office space for 2?
We do have a weights and measure guy assigned here, for sure. Now, that's what they've told me. We have one that's been assigned to this county. So we have him, and then I think we have one corporal that's here now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, his desk is in Cuero. He lives in Carnes, I believe. And so he does an office here, and he's here once a week, once every 3 weeks, because he's got 4 or 5 counties that he deals with. The reason I ask is Norma's, her office is a postage stamp,
Oh, I agree. I agree.
and
That's
she
what I
doesn't,
mean. We need to, we need to get a consensus from everybody that has a need, and let's see if we can figure out a way to fix everybody, help everybody out, not just one group. I mean, I see a lot of need with Norma, no doubt. So, I mean, that's all I'm asking, is let's sit down with all the parties and come up with a way to get the best bang for what we have over there.
so the JPs are requesting the other conference room, and they want to give up the one that's used for early voting?
Yes, yes. And that's kind of the community meeting room too, I think, for other meetings and stuff. Anyway, that's been proposed to me. That's one of the things they'd like to see. So,
So what would you like to do with this?
well, I'd like to get a couple of us sit down with everybody and let's see what we can do.
Okay. If, do we want everyone there, or
Well,
do I need to post a possible quorum, or?
I don't know. I mean, we could do it that way. It'd be nice if we had, everyone involved in it. But that way, the more heads, the better.
Okay.
If we could call what's the word for it when we have a work,
You're on the right track. Work
we're not
session.
making any decisions. We're just discussing ideas. So we could meet as a group to talk over this. And I forget the official term for it, but
Okay.
there's a way to do it. As long as we're not making any decisions, we're just discussing the issues, I believe.
Well, you know how those go, though. There's a consensus reached, and,
Yeah.
I mean, if you'll give me a time in the next couple of days, we'll set a possible quorum and just do it right, so,
Okay,
all right.
okay.
Take no action on this. Public announcements.
Judge, the only thing we're gonna have the county fair parade this Saturday. We'll be lined up usually on the same spot, probably over on Fannin Street. So there's an invitation out to all the county elected officials.
What time does that start?
The parade starts at 10:30, so I guess we needed to be there about 10 a.m.
Okay,
And this week is the Goliad County Fair, and go out and support our youth. It's what it's all about. They're our future leaders, so. They have judging on Thursday and Friday, commercial heifer sale on Friday, blue ribbon sale on Saturday. Rodeo Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
if there are no further announcements, we need a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved, Judge.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned.